asked yourself or wondered, how do I go from being a music lover to actually making and creating music myself that will resonate with the world? Well, stay tuned, because today I'm going to be answering that question by sharing my own musical journey with you all. Hello everyone, I'm Yasha the artist. Welcome to my channel. Last video I made, I was talking more about my art and my music, and on a broad level where those things come from, and I was talking about a place of boundless creativity and how that's my main fuel that gets me going when it comes to all my artistic endeavors. But today we're going to be diving deeper into just the music side alone. Ask yourself, well, what does it really take to pursue music, not just as a dream, but as a journey? Let me tell you, everybody's journey is so different. You can't compare yourself to others when it comes to your personal journey and everything that you've went through, because ultimately that's what's going to be shaping your career path when it comes to music. When it comes to my music, I've had a lot of influences along the way that kind of helped me and shaped how I think about music and what I create, and ultimately it's coming all from within myself, my experiences, music that I would listen to. You know, it was a lot of different genres that I would listen to, and they would involve hip-hop, rock, techno, I mean, you name it. Music was such a big part of my life growing up, and it was definitely an essential. All those things play a huge role when I make my music. And you can definitely hear it in all my songs, because I love incorporating and different genres together. Like, you'll definitely hear some techno and jazz with my raps and all those type of things, and it's just a really fun experience. It has always been such a big part of my life and my childhood, and I remember from a very early on age, music was always there. But as I got older, and I would say my first ever beat that I ever made, my first musical album, was when I was in 6th grade. I think I was about 11. So that's when my journey really started, when I realized that every time I would really crave a sound, and I knew the sounds that I liked in certain songs, that I could really make those type of sounds myself, and those sounds were really within me all along. Like, sometimes I'd go out in the world, you know, listen to all these types of music, trying to find that sound, you know, that I really enjoyed. But as I started making more and more of my music and coming to my musical self, I realized that those sounds were within me the whole time, and that's what really keeps me going every time it's time for me to sit down and create. One thing I've definitely learned along the way is that music, it's all about connection. You know, a lot of new musicians, artists might feel like, I don't think I fit in, or I don't think anybody would want to hear my music. And I think that's when they're wrong, because when you first come and you're doing your music, and you might feel like you're not fitting in, you're not like the sounds that you hear on mainstream media, and that's okay. And that's actually the beauty of it, is that not everybody is going to sound like mainstream, because you're your own unique individual. I myself, as an indie artist, I'm not the mainstream. My music is very unique to myself, my personal experiences, and I want to be able to share that with the world, because I feel like I'm authentic in my own way. That's definitely a big factor in music, is that it's really all about connection. People don't want to hear you sound like somebody else they've already heard, or you just trying to fit in with everybody else. It's really all about authenticity and being yourself, because that's what people want to hear. Something new and different, and something that's so truly you. So when you're just getting started with music, don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to mix genres and have fun, because ultimately that's all we're doing, is having fun along the way and creating experiences and leaving a legacy. And you're not going to be able to do that if you're not being authentic. So that's one of my biggest things, is to be authentic. You don't want to box yourself in. It's so many possibilities out there that you can create. It's something that other people haven't thought of. I mean, just because it doesn't exist doesn't mean that it shouldn't. You know, you can definitely bring it to life. And that's what I do with all my music. Like, I love blending my songs with different things, like I've mentioned. And that's something I'm really interested in doing is discovering new sounds and new sonic experiences. Another thing I definitely like to do when I sit down and create and I need inspiration is definitely looking into myself for that inspiration, because music is so personal. Music is such a personal journey. It's something so truly unique to yourself, and you can only tap into that powerful creative potential that lies within you when you're using that inspiration from within and using it to power your journey. Whatever it is that you've gone through in life, whatever it is that you're going through right now, all these things, you can use all these things as inspiration. Even if you're feeling like, I'm not feeling anything right now, you can still find a way to channel that energy into your song, rather than finding something out there in the world. I mean, you could definitely find inspiration out there, but ultimately it all comes down, it has to channel itself out through you, so where it can still sound authentic to you. For example, I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop. It was definitely one of the biggest things, and my raps are more about empowerment and things that are coming from within me. So that's what I'm saying, is that you really have to take those inspirations, those beats, those sounds that you find energetic, you find empowering, and you take that in and you channel it and you bring it out as yourself. So if you hear my raps, it's about empowerment and the hustle and the grind and everything else that I've had to endure in life, the resilience, everything that's there. But obviously it was taken in from those inspirations and brought out. When it comes to sharing your music with the world, I know a lot of musicians, when they're starting out, you're a little hesitant to put your work out there because you really just want it to be perfect and you feel like, I'm not just that good yet. And you know what? That's where I learned that it's really not about perfection. It's about progression, and it's about persistence. If you're being persistent and you're dedicated in your journey, then you're going to be evolving and you're going to be growing, and that's what ultimately matters. And you're going to get there. You're going to get where you want to be, and along the way you're going to have people that support you in your journey. So it's all about channeling in all the music you hear, all the sounds you like, everything, and not just regurgitating it back out, no, it's about still keeping that authenticity, putting your touch on it, putting everything that you've experienced and then bringing it out. That's what it takes to start sharing your music and really just start doing it. That's how you transition from being a music lover who really just loves music and you want to do more, and then you take it all in, start your own musical journey as an artist. So if you're asking yourself, how do I make music that feels real? Well, that is the answer. And it's not a simple answer, but those little small steps in trusting yourself, moving forward, being authentic, taking those sounds in, bringing your own sound out, that's what's going to ultimately get you there. And don't be afraid to take risks and learn from them. And that's how you get to really start making that authentic sound that's truly you. That when your fans hear you, they will immediately know that that's you, because of how much you've put yourself into your music, and you've become your own muse, and you know exactly what you want when it comes to your music and how to make it sound exactly how you want to. And if you want to hear more about my musical journey or my journey as an artist and the struggles and how to overcome them, how to be resilient, stay tuned and make sure you hit that subscribe, and I will see all of you next time right here.